Hello everyone, today we are going to implement this black hole effect using Niagara particle system. So here is the preview. So this is the black hole we are going to implement. So if I go to the player's perspective, this is how we see it. And let's see how to implement this today. Alright, so to get started, let's go to our FX folder and create a new Niagara system. FX Niagara system, new system from selected emitters. I'll choose this fountain and finish. I'll call this NS black hole. Right, so this is what we have initially, and I don't need a velocity icon, so let me delete that. Also I don't need a gravity, let me remove that too. So these should spawn around, these particles should be attracted towards the center while rotating. So first let's spawn this in a torus shape, torus location. This should be a huge effect, so it should have some scale. So I'll use an scale like 10,000 as the torus radius, so we don't really see the particles. So let me increase the spawn rate 4,000. Now still you don't see them clearly because they are so small. So here let's set the sprite size mode, run non-uniform. I'll set X size to maybe 100 by 100. Okay, now you can see that. See? Now these should rotate, and while rotating these should be attracted towards the center. So to have a rotation, I'll add velocity. So just like we did in our Skybeam tutorial or in our Doctor Strange style portal particle tutorial, I am going to set the velocity using a scratch input, new scratch dynamic input. So here, as I have explained in those tutorials, here we have X location in the local space 1, here X minus 1, and also here Y0, here also Y0. Here X is 0, Y plus 1, here X is 0, Y is minus 1. So in order to have some speed that is perpendicular to the radius, we can have this. Let me add corner position, because we need to get the local position, and subtract the particle position. Oh wait, this is maybe not position. Let me add particle position as well, and subtract owner position from particle position. and break. vector. Here let's make a vector. So x should go to y and y should go to x, and apply. Now you can see already there is some velocity, but that's not the way we need. So we can multiply x with -1. Now you see we have this rotating velocity. So in addition to this, let me add a multiplier here so that we can increase the speed as we need. If I make it 10, you see we get a higher speed. Alright. Now these particles here, what happens is they are getting moving outward. So if I want them to move inward, we can add under particle added point attraction force. Let's fix these issues. And attraction radius. Oh, what's this? Torus radius? 10,000. So attraction radius I'll set to 12,000, and attraction strength 100. Now particles are getting attracted towards the center. 500. Too fast. 400. Seems somewhat fine. Let's kill these particles when they reach the radius 50. And let's increase the lifetime of particles. 2.4, 2.75. Another thing, we have drag. What if I increase the drag? Right. This velocity. Toward this, maybe let's reduce the lifetime. Right, now we have a clear mid section. Okay, now we can play with the scale, because at the edges the particles should be much larger in order to get cloud-like effect. What if I make X like 1000? Okay, this one should be larger to get a trail-like effect. 4000. Let's orient this towards the velocity, and if I make these particles smaller as they reach the center, it should be much clearer. So let's add scale, sprite size, and convert this to a curve. Okay, we are getting something. Let's set some points. Right, hide X, do the same for y as well. Cool. Let's adjust this a bit further. Okay, now we do have a clear black hole cloud shape. I'll change this material. We have this default sprite material, but we created yesterday for the sky beam. This is actually the same material. I just multiplied the emissive color and the opacity color of the default sprite material with this Berlin noise texture. That's all I have done. Let's assign that so we can get some cloudy shape, cloudy texture into this. Okay, shall we see how this looks in the world? Black hole. Cool. Okay, so the next thing is, let's see from the player's perspective. And as for the scale, I feel like this area feels a bit too thin. How can we avoid that? In the midsection actually. Right, maybe no, that doesn't look good. Oh, one more thing, what if I increase this handle radius like 100? No, not much of a difference. Right, anyway, we have the basic shape already. Oh, let's increase the spawn rate a bit. Alright, so about the colors, let's have some red. Reddish color. Too much yellow. Right, and then so this should become brighter when it is closer to the mid, not in the edges. In the edges it should be much darker. So to get that effect, let's, we already have this scale color. Here I'll set Initially I'll leave it at 0. At time 0 value is 0. And let's add another key. Make the at time 0.9 make the value 1. So now you get this less intense, so like a smooth edge here. So if you want, you can adjust it to make further blur the edges by adjusting this curve. Right. Okay. Now in the middle should be much brighter. So to get that, here let's convert this scale RGB into a Mach vector. No. Oh, this is alpha. Right. So this RGB, let's multiply this with the float, and let's convert this float to a curve. Initially 1, at the end, or maybe at 0.95. This, let's make this 100. Okay. Now let's add another key here. Make them smooth. Right. Is it good? What is this value? 21. Oh, let's keep this one. Oh. Mm-hmm. Point 8 1. Right, now we have something great. Just 2.6. Oh, that's better. Maybe 0.7. Right. Okay, so this is the final look. What if we increase a bit more? So here actually I change this value to 1000. This value to 1000, and this to 7.5 or 0.75. So what if we increase the lifetime a bit more? Like 1.8. So this gives us a much clearer boundary near the center, but that doesn't look very good, does it? Oh, it completely vanished. The center is completely vanished now. If I increase this kill radius, let's try by 100. Now we have a much clear center. Yeah, now it looks better actually. So yeah, I'm gonna finish this tutorial right here. So actually in a black hole we have this some perpendicular particle effect as well. Should we add that? Yeah, why not? Let's add another fountain. Spawn rate 1000 and velocity in cone we do have, but we don't see it because it's very small. Now we do see that. And let's reduce this cone angle so we can get the thicker beam. It's much larger. Okay, align with the velocity. Right. Sphere location 8. Let's make this one. And cone angle further reduced to 1. Right. Lifetime 2 to 3. 2 to 6, so we can have a much longer one. And we don't need this gravity, so they will indefinitely go into space. Also we don't need drag, so they don't have to slow down. And we need what's the color of this? No. Maybe just a white will work. This color seems good. Right, and we need a similar beam that shoot downward as well. So let me duplicate this fountain with Ctrl W. And this velocity cone axis, set it to -1. So now we have this. Alright, and here is our black hole. Oh, one more thing. Select the renderer use this material. Right. That one more thing. Let's multiply. Select both. Let's multiply this scalar GB. We can't select both and edit. Do simultaneous edits. So select the scale. This one. Multiply vector by float. Convert this to a curve. Initially 1, at the end 0. Let's add a key here. Make this a large value, 50. So we have some illumination in the middle. Let's move this closer to the beginning. So it becomes darker when it reaches closer to the end. We can copy this color scalar GB to here to get the same behavior. One more thing, to the main module in here, what if I make this Z 100? No difference. So sad. Not a visible difference. 10,000. Oh wait. Here I didn't set any value to this. Let me make this one. I just need to test something to get some dent in this main disk. Right. Now see, we have some dent. Great. See? Now we have a dent here. So yeah, it's much visible here. Here, let's try something else. Make vector. Is it? Oh, it should be -1, 1, and 1. Right. I'll convert this to a random range float and set -4000 to +4000. Now see, now we have this 3D effect. See, better. Alright, so this is our final black hole. look at that from the player's perspective. Okay, alright, so I'm gonna stop this episode right here. Oh wait, one more thing. How to make this much thinner in this area. Oh wait, no, I'll leave that for you to figure out, otherwise this episode will be much longer. Wait, let's just try that too. So here, select the scale color. At time 0, value is 1. Let me move this to 0.2, value is 1. Right, and add a new key here. Select it at time 0, value is 2. Okay, now make this smooth. This is auto. This is also auto. Now see, the initial part is almost invisible. Right, that is much better. Let's right. Similarly, let me copy this scale alpha to the other one as well. So right, now we don't see in the middle anything, and here is the final preview, the final preview. Right, so let me play and see it from player's perspective. Alright, so I'm gonna stop this episode right here, and thanks for watching. As always, project files will be available in the Patreon page for the download. Link would be in the description below, and if you like to support my work, you can get the membership of the Patreon club. See you in another episode. Goodbye.